Hi, this is Charlie King, Director of Instruction here at Reynolds Plantation, and I have the distinct pleasure today of having Mr. Henry Brunton, the Canadian national golf coach and Canadian master PGA professional, here with me today. And Henry, it's great to have you here. I want to ask you first of all just to explain the program that you head up.
In Canada, we have a player development program which is organized and funded by the Royal Canadian Golf Association in conjunction with Sport Canada, the Olympic sport movement, where we identify our top players and provide them with support and resources to try to get more players on the podium, if you will, and inspire and influence golf in a positive way throughout the country.
You know, I know when I first heard about it, you and I met almost 10 years ago. My first book, Do Not Lift Your Head, came out, and through various means, someone said, you know, Henry Brunton needs to get a hold of this and see it and read it. And we got a chance to talk and get to know each other, and kind of have been going on somewhat parallel careers ever since. When I first heard about you doing that, I thought of what Sweden did with their program. Does it have similarities to the way they identified players and then trained them, and we see so many great Swedish players?
Well, the Swedish system has certainly revolutionized golf coaching and training worldwide, and Canada is no exception. And when I was first hired in '98, one of my chief roles was to go to Sweden with Pia Nilsson and Lynn Marriott, and they opened their doors to show everyone their system. Right. So our system in Canada is Canadian. It works for Canada. It's got a lot of good things from America, a lot of great things from Sweden and Australia, New Zealand, Japan, etc. So it's our program that seems to work for us.
Yeah. So since you started in 1998 with this program, what would you say have been the biggest successes, first of all, and then what would you say, you know, we all fail, and that's one of the great ways to learn. What did you try to do that didn't quite work that you've then changed and shifted since then?
Well, I guess we've had a lot of success in the sense that golf at all levels competitively in Canada has improved measurably. So our provincial or state championships, the level of play has increased significantly. We've got more and more top young players playing NCAA golf. Some of the best players in America are Canadian players now. We've had an NCAA champion. In the last 6 years at the World Amateur, which is the gold standard for golf worldwide, Canada is second overall to the United States in terms of overall results. We had a silver medal finish in South Africa 4 years ago, narrowly losing in the last couple of holes. So tremendous results and great, great growth by players at all levels, and also great growth by the coaches. There's been a big shift in the coaching culture, going from being basically instructors to having people that are coaches, and more of our provincial or state golf association now hire coaches to work with players, to work with teams, and so the culture of golf is really changing. So a lot of great achievements, if you will. I guess most importantly, people are having more fun playing competitive golf, right, and parents sort of get it. We've made lots of mistakes along the way. We've learned that we can't be all things to all people, that we can only work at one thing at one time, right, and that we need to make sure that we are identifying the truly elite-minded and elite behaving players and spend our resources on those people.
Right. You know, you can see why I ended up picking Henry to write the programs chapter for the new rules of golf instruction. The shift that has taken place in Canada, the shift that's taken place because of Henry, is the same shift that needs to take place in a big picture sense of things. So when it comes to that, Henry, thinking of that programs chapter that you wrote, and thinking about your private practice in teaching golf, you know, how have the things that you've learned led to the programs that you've created for amateur golfers and the people you teach daily?
Sure, Charlie. In my full-time job is the national men's coach with the Royal Canadian Golf Association. That's a big picture job, and we're very focused on a very select number of athletes. But my private practice, if you will, is I'm based at Eagles Nest Golf Club. I've got 6 full-time PGA professionals who work with me, and we focus our energy on basically on program development and implementation. So we've learned from the players. We asked the players, what do you want? And their response was very interesting. They wanted supervised practice. They wanted us to teach them how to play a practice round. They wanted to have their skills measured. They wanted to compete with each other in practice, in play, and they want a lot of attention, more than just the occasional 30-minute golf lesson. They do want technical instruction, but far less than we ever thought. Mm-hmm. And the thing that's most interesting, which I think new rules people need to be aware of, is they enjoy most when we play with them. And they love it when we demonstrate with them as well.
Right. You know, the things that Henry just mentioned just lead so much into what we've been talking about in the new rules of golf instruction. We see really a shift taking place, and you know, the thing that we want you to do is make sure that you've read that ebook, make sure that you pass it around, make sure that you start to look for in the last chapter. We really identify, you know, here's the checklist to look for in a new rules golf instructor. Henry's the epitome of a new rules golf instructor. He's really leading the charge of that, and he's got 2 new books coming out in the next 2 years. This year he's got a book coming out called Journey to Excellence. Be on the outlook for that. And then next year he's got a book coming out called The New Competitive Golfer. Henry, we really appreciate you being here with us, and love the standard that you're setting for golf instructors and golf coaches, and we'll just keep moving from here.
Thanks, Charlie. Pleasure to be with you.
Great.